the world's grossest fixer, a stomp bath made of only water, and a very expired paper developer. What could possibly go wrong? What's up? Welcome back. My name is Matt. This is Hidden Light, and we're doing something a little more mellow today. Today is like our chill, mellow, lo-fi day at the coffee shop. That's what I'm going for. I have an F5 with a 50mm 1.4 that I just got back from a CLA. And I want to go hang out at a coffee shop and like chill on this lovely early autumn day and like have a pumpkin spice latte because I'm a basic white girl and hang out and take pictures. Hopefully the coffee shop guy who owns the place is cool with it. But this is like, it's a vibe. It's a whole aesthetic. It's very well decorated and it looks pretty. And so I like hanging out there. We've been there in previous videos, but we're gonna go back and hang out and just shoot. And then maybe I'll get a picture that is worth printing. And then we'll make a print and maybe we'll like give it to the guy for being a cool homie. So that's where I'm at. That's today's vibes. I highly recommend if you like coffee to go hang out at a coffee shop. That's it. So F5, not the F6. I'm feeling the F5 today. I don't know why. It's just, I don't know. It's just better. It's different. It's different. It's not better. It's different. And I'm feeling it today, so let's go do it. HP 5, push 2 stops. Let's go. Thank you. My haircut's about to happen. Okay, so I got one of those rolls processed. The other one disappeared into the depths of my bag, and I rediscovered it. I keep rediscovering it. Like, I'm like, oh, there's that roll, and I put it back. And then a week later, oh, there's that roll, and I put it back. So, like, eventually, I'll learn what's on it. In the meantime, one of those rolls got processed, and it actually looks decent. So we're gonna go through and kind of see what there is, and then we'll be able to determine what kind of prints, what size of prints that we want to make, and how much suffering we want to make. In my ideal world, we would get to do some silver gelatins, but I'm not very good in the silver gelatin darkroom, which means that I have to have a negative that's going to cooperate. If one of these will cooperate, maybe we'll get to do that, and you'll get to come hang out in the dark with me. And failing that, I'll probably just do an inkjet because I'm lazy. That being said, the power's been going out all day, so for no reason So that means maybe a darkroom is the place to be. That makes sense, actually, because I don't really need much in the way of power in the darkroom. Run that shit on a battery. It's fine. Okay, let's look at the film. So here's my roll. 36 photos plus a twin check. There's Moose, looking adorable. God, he's cute. This is fine art, clearly. This one is, this is some accidental long exposure, no tripod challenge. I'm pretty sure that counts as fine art. Actually, you know what? This is a scanning error, is what this is. You can see that I smeared the frame as I was scanning it, because the rebate is also blurry, and there's no way on God's flat earth to make your rebate blurry. So that one is sharp, and then blurred, and then blurred. This is what happens when you're scanning film and you're going too damn fast. It happens. That's fine. Luckily for me, I don't give a flying shit about that photo. So we'll start with the good shit. So here's where we are. This is the espresso machine, which is pronounced espresso, not espresso, you heathens. Not as sharp as it could be. I kind of like the foreground element of this big fucking light, but I also kind of hate it, so I'd have to tone that down a lot. Like a lot. That's the barista's butt. Don't need that. It didn't help that I think I was shooting these with a 28, so reasonably wide, and what I actually want is like a 105 to get real close. I should have brought a longer lens. I could crop in on that and, like, you know, there's a way to deal with that. That's kind of cute. Let's see about these bubbles. Bubbles! Fine. Kind of cute, I guess. There's a lot of mediocrity going on in this roll, guys. I don't hate that, but I don't really like it either. That was a failure. Ooh. Hey, now you're talking. Don't mind my filthy screen. That actually looks really good. I hate that this bottle's in here, that I snapped this frame with the bottle in it. This looks like it's stopped down a fair bit, and then this one, almost the same frame. They're not the same frame. It looks like I opened way up and just shot this thing wide open. And you can tell. Not terrible. Okay, different composition. I really like this. This is part of what I was going for. We've got the foreground, you've got the chain, you've got the flowers, and then you got the coffee down here. I'm not sure if I love the angle, but that's a good place to hang out. That one's also reasonable. Wow, you can see what happens when I open this shit up. Like here, we're probably f4, f5, 6 easily. And then when I open it up, booshka, it just blurs out the background like crazy. And the foreground, I like that. I love the chairs there. Like, but I haven't been able to take a photo of them that makes any sense. There's these giant windows, as you saw. And so to balance these huge black chairs with those windows is really difficult. The f6, f5? Fuck. Whatever camera I was using to take these pictures actually did a very good job metering. Very good. Because you can see all the texture in this leather. But see, that's the kind of composition I'm really aiming at here. Like, use the chair to frame in the photo. And then you crop that bad boy in like a whole shitload. Right? Like, so there's the original frame. But if I come down and just do like leather to leather to leather, kind of like that, that's more like what that crop could look like. I don't know, man. Sometimes you just feel like you're polishing a damn turd. And sometimes that's really all you're up to. Boring. Who cares? Boring. These, though, I think the guy, the hairstylist, the guy who runs the place, who owns the place, Val, is going to be interested in something like this. I think I have enough shots of this general idea to make this work. Like, this is really cute. I'm underexposing by enough that the light bulb like has shape and definition. So all I have to do then is just do like a massive dodge on these flowers to really get them to snap. I really like that one. What frame is that? 31. 32 is also good. That looks like an aperture difference again. I have said in videos, do not bracket. And here I am bracketing. I'm bracketing aperture specifically for sharpness. I'm not doing it for exposure, but I am bracketing for sharpness, which actually is working out pretty well for me. I've done worse. So 31 and 32, not bad. Oh, that's cute. If I crop that way down, R for crop, get rid of that lamp, kabooshka. R for crop. That one's cute. 33. I got on a roll towards the end of that roll. 34. Maybe 34. It looks like I centered it or failed at centering it. Let's look at the crop. Yeah, I feel like I want to bring it in from one side and make it a little more on purpose. Something like that. I don't love this, but it's also not the worst thing I've ever seen. That's cute, if not particularly sharp. Sharper. Don't mind that my scans are filthy, because that's the kind of person that I am. You know? Ooh, close. Just crop that into the edge of the flower a little. It looks so weird. The angle's off. Like, you almost want to start rotating it, but you can't because it looks like a garbage. That's it. That's the shot right there. Fuck. Oh, I like the idea of a lot of these more than I like the actual execution of them. So, like, I think we were talking about cropping this. Let's just look. Let's just look. It's a shame to crop out all these foreground elements that are like cool and like out of focusy. Blah, sort of blah, mostly blah. That one I don't hate. Oh, that's long exposures. That's not just aperture, that's me moving. Look at this, this is definitely motion blur. And yet somehow the coffee stays sharp. I don't know if this is motion blur or not, but it's fucking cool. 19, I think? It's either 18 or 19. It's 19. Because we got 19 and then 20 starts over here. So that would be definitely a candidate. It looks like straight off the film, I'm in a really good place, which is good because I'm a noob in the silver darkroom. You can see what I was trying to do, but I don't hate that one either. 19, 31, obviously whatever this one is, 33. Okay, so we have some choices on this roll. And I do think that, I think silver gelatins would be really fun to do for this. Question of size and paper. I don't know what we have. I try not to use production paper. I try to use like the weird shit, the expired shit, the stuff that's like been sitting around and we don't really know why it's still here or if it's any good. That's sort of what I try to use when I'm printing silver. Just because silver gelatin paper ain't cheap. So we might go hunt down this roll in my totally well organized archive of negatives and pull it out and see if there's anything I can load up and just slam through a couple of prints real quick. I have my own darkroom here, the darkroom in the bathroom that we could use, or I might end up in Taylor's darkroom, since for the next month that's going to be my darkroom. Yeah. I think silver gelatin's the way to go. As much as I would love to do some of these in platinum, like I could see a lamp photo coming out in platinum. Let's turn on a soft proof here. View, toolbar, soft proof, piezo matte warm neutral, simulate. So somewhere between there and there is a vibe. I like it better there though. Oh, silver gelatin selenium tone. Eh? Eh? Okay, let's go do some of that. See what we can frickin' pull together and yeet this print project out as fast as we can. Ready to go. Okay. Film would be really helpful. Okay. Welcome to my humble darkroom. The only space I'm allowed to hang out and just make it as ruinous as I want. And no one can get mad at me, because it's my space. You're in my top 5. So, not surprisingly, these negatives are pretty thin. We decided that we were looking at like 19-ish. 19's so cool because it's that the lamp is so soft. So we'll start with 19 and see what that looks like. Put it up in the old enlarger. Focus. Power. So there's a picture in there. Okay, lights out. So the last time we were in here, we set everything for an 11 by 14-ish print. And so that's where I'm still set. And we've got these totally bitchin' red LEDs, which happen to be light safe, at least for the paper at the exposure that I've been giving it. But they're so bright that even with my lens wide open at 2.8, I can't actually see what's going on. So I'm gonna unplug the red lights and it's gonna get even darker in here, but if you're lucky, you might be able to see what's on the easel. So, ready for that? Let's give this a go. Now you're talking. There we go. Okay, I'm more or less focused. We're gonna turn the lights back on, turn the enlarger off, and mix some chemistry, and then we'll pull out some paper and see if we can get a test done, at the very least. So here come the lights. You gotta be shitting me, there's no spring? That was really brutal. It's like the world's cheapest grain focuser. This says it's really expired. And I'm gonna use it anyway because who cares? Oh, there's a dead bug in that. Clearly don't use this place very much. This is probably not gonna be good chemistry. Air movement. You want to have some air movement. Oh, gross. Why? Why? We're gonna use this paper. Expired, Ilford, courtesy of a previous client of ours, and we know that this is at least 10 years old. If I was printing for you, as a customer, as a client, that's not what this looks like. Because I'm printing for me, and we're just here to have fun and hang out and see if I can remember how to do this, I don't care how nasty the chemistry is as long as it does its job. So we're just gonna rock and roll. Sound good? Yeah, it's gonna be great. I got my thongs, the world's grossest fixer, a stomp bath made of only water, and a very expired paper developer. What could possibly go wrong? Whatever, let's rage. Makes it a lot easier to see in here, doesn't it? You should just consider yourself lucky that we have the digital cameras that can see in the dark now. Give ourselves a couple minutes to develop and see what happens. Real pros will typically develop face down like this, but for the sake of the YouTubes, we'll flip it right side up and be a little more aggressive in our agitation, just so that you can see. Oh, I see something. It's really hard to see, but we're starting to get something coming in the background there. I can see at least two of my lines where I was holding the, oh yeah, it's starting to come in a little bit. We may overdevelop by just a skosh. Oh yeah, there's just the tiniest bit of lamp in the corner of this. I just don't think we're getting anywhere near enough oomph out of this. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 seconds. We'd have to be closer to a minute. And I'm only at F5.6. 3 sheets of paper left. Turn it on and see what happens. 1 minute exposure at F5.6 on expired paper, because why not? Turn the enlarger off, count in 5 minutes, and go. Face down, let it relax, let the chemistry do its thing. But this is starting to get somewhere. Give ourselves a little stop bath. Whoa, cool! But the bubbles in the coffee are like near sharp. I would feel really comfortable putting this in a mat board with like a cheap, like, you know, little 11 by 14 frame or something, and giving this to Val and being like, hey dog, check out this sweet print we made in my darkroom from your beautiful coffee shop. I'm going to make one more for me, and actually I'll probably just finish the box of paper at this point. Like, I've only got 2 or 3 sheets left. And I'll leave this one for Val, and we'll rock and roll through the rest of this process. I think that'd be really fun. But I'm happy with this. I think this looks really good.